There's Murray. And the rejection by Valanciunas. It's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. First quarter, just over a minute played. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And George kicks to Beverly.
There's some length from Murray as a guard there as he helps out on defense and pesters the shooter.
Brown feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Murray. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Dallas. On the wing, George. He's covered by Brown. Here's Whiteside. Doesn't go for him. And Denver the other way now.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Yeah, great outside shooting. Really fueling this run.
To the wing on the left. Anunoby kicks to George. Pass to Whiteside. George against Brown. They need this. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game. And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
And they're moving it up. Loads it up there for Harrell. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Outside Millsap. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Harrell. Poke loose. Pass to Beverly. From deep. Leaps for it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
And checking out the stats for Millsap, he had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch. Talk about players who are X factors for their team, and for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray is one of those guys. He is a guy that once he gets going, feels like the team can become unbeatable.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Michael Porter.
Delicate with the floater there up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before, Kevin.
Brunson kicks to Brown. And there's the feed to Plumlee. A shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. As you said, Brent, a hot Jamal Murray can take over a game.
Big-time investment from the Nuggets this offseason in what Jamal Murray is to them now, but what he can be in the future. And I think right now what he's looking to be is as consistent as he possibly can be, night in and night out, to prepare this team each season to play its best basketball in the postseason.
George passes to Williams. Shoots over Brown. The offensive rebound. Harrell. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Harrell's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Brunson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Murray. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Clippers trail by 6 in the corner. George with it. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Anunoby. It's tipped. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
That one good for 2.
Surprising quickness. Murray burying his head down and just sprinting to the rack.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. 59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's the floater. Williams can't hit. Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Brown, good.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Williams, now the dish to Harris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
It's just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings. About Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Jackson from long range. And that would have counted, but his shot was off. And so it's Denver with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Jaylen Brown out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Kleba in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Powell inside. Guarded by Porter. A second chance effort. The shot by Powell, no good.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Harrell. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. To the middle. Here's Grant. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Jackson. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who's a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game. Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. 40 years ago, still looking for that trip.
So nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Millsap passes to Murray. Here's Valanciunas.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Chalk up 2 there, and it's 8 points for Montrezl Harrell.
Harrell will do whatever it takes to grab some of those buckets down low.
Morris dishes to Millsap. Pass to Murray. There's the triple. That shot is off.
He hit 1-3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
Denver making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. From the wing, and it's Murray, that time on the assist by Morris. 9 points for Jamal Murray.
Wow, buttery right there, knockdown shooter from that area. Murray taking advantage of that opportunity.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Harrell the pass to George. Back to Harrell. Over Porter. And it's Harrell missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Murray the pass to Millsap. George against Murray. Here's Millsap, and the layup falls. And the Nuggets lead by 14.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Williams. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Morris. Kicks it to Millsap. Feeds to Plumlee. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shoots off the step back. Kept alive.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, that's what he's doing best right now. Plumlee loves to convert as close to the rim as possible.
And after essentially a redshirt rookie here with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation. Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
It's hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
for some changes. Maxi Kleba comes in for Paul Millsap. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Monte Morris. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Anunoby, he's checked in for Harrell.
Well, you got to honor Lou Williams' shot from deep, especially if he's got other things going offensively. Has a great feel for when to pull the trigger.
Murray with it. Williams picks him up. Brown wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Brown's got 10 points in the game. Clippers trail by 16. The pass to Anunoby. Williams against Murray. Williams can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Brown. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the half. Excellent D there from George. Passes it to Whiteside. Now, here is George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Misses the three. And so it's the Denver Nuggets in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq, and after 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what's your take?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. They've got Paul George. Harrell is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Beverly in at the point. Brown outside. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Anunoby. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Whiteside finds Beverly. Outside, George. Baseline try. Offensive rebound. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Whiteside.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
Pass to Murray. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Whiteside's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Anunoby passes to Harrell, and it's good for 2. Harrell's got 4 points this quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
They get a hand on it, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the New Orleans Pelicans. And the pass to Whiteside. Here's Harrell. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Jamal Murray. And then for the Clippers, Norman Powell comes in for OG Anunoby. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And stolen by Whiteside. In the corner, Powell with it. Offline with his 3. The Nuggets leading by 10. Porter, no luck. Powell inside. Brunson covering. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Denver. Morris comes in for Michael Porter. Mills, he's checked in for the Clippers. And here is Los Angeles now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow. Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Both shots good from the stripe. Now the Clippers with it. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Mills looking it over. Pass to Harrell. Back to Mills. Clock at 6. The 3. It's good from long range. Mills has got himself on the board with 3 there.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
And it's Mills with the ball for Los Angeles. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. It's a 5-point game. Down low, Powell on him. Valanciunas lays it up and banks it in.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Jackson finds Harrell. Over Grant. And it's Harrell missing. The Nuggets leading by 7. Here's Brown. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Mills passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator.
Grant, right side. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Powell kicks to Mills. Tipped away. Whiteside, the pass to Mills. And here is Powell. Here's Harrell. And Valanciunas pulls it down. On the wing, Brown. Covered by Mills. Back to Brown. Here's Valanciunas. Second shot opportunity. And at last, they get one to fall. Valanciunas has got 6 points. And the Clippers call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant, and Murray's subbed in for Morris. And then for the Clippers, Anunoby, he's checked in for Harrell. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patty Mills. Right side, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Good work there as it goes. And it's a 9-point Denver lead.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Williams with the ball. 5 points in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
First trip to the line for him here.
and not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
2 shots.
Free throw, good, Whiteside.
Interesting with the game shifting to the pace and space about where Whiteside fits into the puzzle. He is still a double-double threat down on the inside and can be taken advantage of on nights.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And the Clippers making a change here as well. George is checked in for Powell. And here's Brown outside. Here's Valanciunas. And another shot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul against the Clippers. For Denver, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
To the inside. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And that's now 9 points for Valanciunas. And so it's the Denver Nuggets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing up. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Plumlee, Jaylen Brown out there with Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Kleba in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Got a piece of it. Here's Brown. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Williams kicks to Beverly. Now Whiteside. Murray with it. Williams picks him up. And he uses the glass on the layup. Murray's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Nuggets.
And some good anticipation there. Murray quickly out, leaking in transition and filling the lane.
Here's George. He can't get that one. Now Denver takes it the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Fires from 14. Plumlee, no luck.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Some solid defense from Brown.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Murray, the pass to Kleba. He kicks it to Plumlee. Shot clock at 6. Porter in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Anunoby. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Showing good shot blocking skills at times. Plumlee gets all of that one.
Brown, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Outside, George. Porter with a block.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. This has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
George passes to Whiteside.
Execution by Whiteside there on the pick and roll. Flawless. Diving right towards the basket and getting the ball in ideal position.
Beverly against Brown. Top of the key. That doesn't go either for Brown. Clippers trail by 12. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going. Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jonas Valanciunas.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Murray kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Murray. He dishes it to Millsap. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Nice up fake from Millsap. He's just good at that move there.
Both good from the line that time. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles, trailing by 10. Pass to Beverly on the arc, knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, there's some confidence right now in Patrick Beverly's game. He's got the green light, and that time took a little bit of a quick opportunity and nailed it.
Pass to Porter. Back to Murray. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Tries again. Great D that time from Harrell.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup, you want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Here's Beverly. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Anunoby. Millsap covering. Anunoby, no good. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Here now, the Clippers. 7-point differential. Out to the wing. George from deep 3-point land. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Hands the 3.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're in front by 4. 16 seconds left in the 4th. Sixteen seconds left in the 4th quarter, and that's an intentional foul.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one.
Luxury if Murray can play both guard positions, a perfect blend of shrewd passing and some fearless shooting. Breathe easy now, the biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 6. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. From deep range, it's off. So the Nuggets win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying